The Astana International Financial Center is becoming popular in the world. There is also interest in the AIFC stock exchange. Today, the AIFC is preparing to issue its first green bonds. Profits from the bonds will be distributed to support environmental projects such as energy efficiency, green transport, and others. Governor of AIFC, Khairat Kalimbietov, said that the development of the organization is happening faster than it was planned. The introduction of investment tax residency is being launched. This is one of the mechanisms to attract capitals into Kazakhstan from foreign companies. For this purpose, there will be a number of amendments into the tax code.
Интерес к бирже МФЦ уже вышел за пределы Казахстана. В апреле 2019 года первыми
The interest in the AIFC stock exchange has gone beyond Kazakhstan. In April 2019, one of the largest Russian mining companies became the first foreign issuer. On the first day of trading, there were investments in the company's securities worth $17 million. The first president has instructed to ensure the international transport accessibility of the financial center. The flight to Tokyo was introduced. In the near future, flights to the largest financial centers of Shanghai, New York, and Singapore will be launched. Regions in Kazakhstan are demonstrating an increase in investment attractiveness. It can be seen in specific indicators. For example, 210 billion tenge of investments were attracted in the first half of the year in Aktobe region. One of the most promising industries is the construction sector. This year, the regional center will launch the production of silicate bricks worth 15 million tenge. In addition, a granite production factory will also be launched with an investment of 9 billion tenge. Porcelain tiles that can cover an area of 5 million square meters will be produced at the plant every year. Now, the foreign equipment is being tested and communications are linked.
У нас есть проведен анализ баланс потребления производства.
We have analyzed the balance of consumption and production. As a result, we have identified niche projects such as a large import of metal works, building materials, linoleum, and oil chemistry. We need the areas of deep manufacturing and mechanical engineering.
У нас сейчас необходимо это более глубокая обрабатывающая промышленность.
This factory worth 1 billion tenge is designed for producing big bags and cargo liners for transporting bulk goods such as cement, sand, fertilizers, and granular plastic. Large durable bags are delivered to enterprises in the western region of the Republic. There are also plans to enter the Russian market. We are working with the bank based on the latest program of economy of simple things. I think in the second stage, we will purchase the equipment. We want to take a loan of about 100 million. We will invest another 30 million from our own funds to construct a hangar. By the end of the year, 620 billion tenge of investment is expected to be attracted into the region. The construction of a special economic zone in Aktobe will contribute to the goal. A Kazakh-Turkish industrial park will be located there as well. It will attract large multinational companies. This project is unique. Many foreign investors, including the ones who are based in Turkish subzone, offers a very interesting mechanism. These investors are willing to come here and organize production here.
Они готовы приехать сюда и организовать производство именно здесь.
Almost 50 investment projects will be implemented with the commissioning of the special economic zone. The projects are related to high-tech industries, including the field of manufacturing and the economy of simple things. Kazakh agrarians are planning to expand the geography of rice exports. Previously, rice was delivered to Turkey, Mongolia, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Russia, Ukraine, and Afghanistan. Last year, Iran joined the list of importers of Kazakh rice. Kyzylourda region is one of the suppliers of agricultural products. Approximately 183,000 hectares of land were allotted for the agricultural land, of which more than 87,000 hectares were used for planting rice. Experts said that the region is aiming for a rich harvest of white gold rice. Farms in the region plans to collect an average of 50 to 55 centners of rice per hectare. 70% of the products will be exported abroad. This year, we have planted rice on almost 2,500 hectares. We expect a good harvest. We plan to export 20% to non-Commonwealth of Independent States and 50% to neighboring countries. We sell the rest in the domestic market. The weather did not stop the harvesting this year. There was plenty of irrigation water and fertilizers. We believe that each farm can collect 5 tons of products per hectare. The region plans to increase the area to plant Iranian rice variety to 5,000 hectares. In addition, the volume of rice that is planned to be exported to foreign markets will be increased to 8,000 tons. An automated tracking system of production processes has been introduced at the Yekibastu's rail wheels manufacturing factory. Modern technology is unique. The company has completed commissioning works and started to launch the main production line. Currently, 120 solid rolled wheels of different diameters are manufactured per day in the factory. The factory's capacity will be increased up to 600 by the end of the year. The wheels for locomotives will also be manufactured. The wheels are intended mainly for the domestic market, and a small part will be exported to Russia. The export market will be expanded in the future.
Сейчас ведутся переговоры уже об экспорте колес. В этом году мы...
Negotiations are continued on export of wheels. This year we have to provide locomotives with wheels and semi-manufacturers of sprocket wheels. The factory capacity is estimated at 200,000 wheels per year. We expect to reach the full capacity in April next year.
Проектную мощность мы должны выйти в апреле следующего года.
Socks made of natural fibers are manufactured in southern Kyrgyzstan. The bright striped or classic socks are designed for children and adults. Natural fibers such as cotton and bamboo are used to make the socks. The socks are very comfortable since they are light, easy to handle, breathable and absorb moisture. Raw materials are brought from Uzbekistan. The quality of the product is no different than other foreign-made socks, although the price is cheaper. Socks are not knitted but blown out of a special tube. The semi-finished products of the summer collection are made in less than 3 minutes. Several thousand pairs are delivered daily for design refinement. I'm sewing the front of the sock. I use the Chinese overlock sewing machine. I can make 5 to 6 socks per minute using this machine. The size of the products ranges from children's as 20 to adults as 46. Once a month, limited batches are produced, including socks with striped prints or hearts for teens. We make a drawing on the computer and save it to a flash drive. Then we insert the USB and upload the image to a system. Then threads are used, some for pattern and others for the product itself. Modern technologies were imported from China. A loan for the equipment was allocated by the Russian-Kyrgyz Development Fund, which supports the entrepreneurship. The factory management plans to increase volume of socks production. The manufacturing capacities can bring the output to 1 million. Currently, 2,000 pairs of socks are produced per day. In Uzbekistan, the number of people wishing to study in Kazakhstan is growing every year. More than 12,000 students from the neighboring state chose Kazakhstan in 2018. Experts said that such results were achieved due to the creation of a distance learning system by the local universities. Prior to the beginning of the academic year, the largest educational institutions in Kazakhstan had organized the acceptation of documents in Uzbekistan. The youth from the neighboring country is interested to study in the field of transportation, railway operation, teaching and information technology. According to the changes introduced in the educational system in Kazakhstan, the distant communication between student and teacher is carried out on the internet online. At the same time, students in Uzbekistan can receive the tasks and complete it at a convenient time. I have a degree in banking from a secondary special college in Tashkent, and currently I am going to pursue a higher education. I have chosen to study at a large, well-known university in Kazakhstan.
мұхтар әуезов оқу орнын мен таңдадым.
Жалпы Өзбекстан жастары үшін
In general, we have no restrictions on the number of students from Uzbekistan. If possible, we try to accept everyone who has submitted their documents for their courses. The distance learning program gives us this opportunity. The educational process is formed through this technology.
арқылы жасалған білім беру порталының мүмкіншілігі өте көп.
New trends and approaches in education are being introduced. A university of the future on the basis of the AIFC Bureau of Continuous Professional Development is planned to be opened in Nur Sultan. The best practices in training specialists are expected to be applied in the field of finance and investment. The reach of specialists is possible to be significantly expanded due to the use of modern online technologies. Residents of the capital and Almaty, as well as the regions of the Republic, can have access to high-quality education. The best students from all over the world were attracted to create the digital university concept. Their offers will help initiators to implement the project, taking into account the latest trends in the educational field.
Планируем в следующем году ряд инициатив в пилотном режиме запустить пару таких, наверное.
We plan to implement a number of initiatives next year. For example, we plan to start the pilot study in a number of schools based on the new format. The school without teachers format is very popular today, and students can learn from each other and use the gamification system. The teacher uses a computer to set the tasks. Today, this is the common practice worldwide, but we would like to have a look at other practices that have achieved success in the world. We would also like to collect a couple of best practices in a pilot mode and try to implement from next year for ourselves, for the AIFC Bureau, as well as for the International Financial Center. The main task of the AIFC Bureau of Continuing Professional Development is to train professionals in the financial sector. Specialists learn the English language and the international standards based on the system used by leading financial centers in the world. As part of the 100 New Textbooks project, 30 additional textbooks will be translated into Kazakh language by the end of the year. One of the books is the International Law Manual written by British lawyer Malcolm Shaw. The 2-volume book with over 1,000 pages was donated to the universities in Kazakhstan. A textbook editor, Marat Sarsembayev, said that the controversial decisions of the British, American and other courts are widely analyzed. The expert also said that the book contains more practice rather than theory. The textbook is aimed at students of law and international faculties.
Малком Шоуның кітабы халықаралық құқықпен байланысты, әділетпен байланысты, әділдікпен байланысты. Сол себептен
Malcolm Shaw describes and analyzes all the issues that are relevant to the modern international law. Therefore, his book was included in the 100 New Textbooks project. The uniqueness of this textbook is that the author covers different countries, both Africa and Australia. He is more inclined to practice, to solving problems and court cases, rather than to theory.
сондай факультеттерде халықаралық құқық бұл бір күрделі пәндердің біреуі болып саналады.
The idea to make accessible the best university literature in the world in Kazakh was introduced by the first president of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev. 48 best foreign textbooks were translated so far. Thousands of copies of these translated books were sent to Kazakh universities. The National Translation Bureau intends to make another 22 textbooks next year. Consequently, the experts said that the 100 best textbooks in the world will be available in Kazakh. On the other hand, this will provide an opportunity to enrich the state language with international scientific vocabulary. We work not only with translators but also with science and literature editors, publishers and designers. Based on their content, video lectures are being prepared. The Open University of Kazakhstan project is also being implemented. Electronic versions of the textbooks are available on the Open University of Kazakhstan educational platform. In addition, the National Translation Bureau prepares a course of video lectures in Kazakh and Russian for university students. The lectures will also be freely available on the World Wide Web. A fairy tale about an unshakable faith and an all-conquering dream. The premiere of the Scarlet Sales musical took place on the stage of Astana Opera Theatre. The legendary romantic love story, written by Alexander Green, was presented on the capital's large-scale stage by the Karagandhi Academic Theatre of Musical Comedy Troupe. This musical is regarded as a necessity because today it is in the open spaces of theatrical art. Scarlet Sales is the most popular musical in the most popular genre. The leading director of musical theater art, Susanna Siryuk, was invited to stage it. The wonderful Morozov, the ballet master, who has an enormous experience in the musical industry, also worked with us. Bright choreographic compositions in the best traditions of modern dance art have become the highlight of the musical performance. The technical capabilities of the capital's stage, coupled with elaborate costumes, allowed viewers to plunge into the atmosphere of that time.
Это большая оперная сцена и главная сцена страны, можно сказать. Для любого театрального, не только, думаю.
This is the main opera stage in the country. Therefore, for both theater and music actor, of course, it is a great honor and great responsibility to perform here. I played the part of Aigle, a wanderer who goes through the whole performances, a wanderer who leads the main character throughout the performance.
И ведет, как бы рассказывает и рассказчик, и странник, который ведет главную героиню на протяжении всего спектакля.
The repertoire of the Karagandhi Theatre of Musical Comedy has about 300 plays. The troupe's creative potential is also demonstrated by its diverse collection of modern musical plays and the pearls of the world classical operetta. One of the repertoire is the Bayadere operetta by the famous Hungarian composer Imre Kalman, who will also perform on the Metropolitan stage by the Karagandhi Theatre artists. We reel each of these threads, passing beads through it on a spindle, and then we sew it. The main goal of Aktau's Craftswomen is to preserve and increase the craft traditions of the Great Steppe. One of them is Medina Oraskalieva, who devoted more than 60 years to creating the furniture for yurts. Orders for her items come from all over Kazakhstan. The Craftswomen create such amazing and memorable things. Recently, she made an original lamp for a yurt in a national style. Due to her talent, Medina Oraskalieva has repeatedly become the best in many competitions of applied art. Many people say that it is impossible to make such a number of items by myself. I'm on the machines using 2 hands so that I can make 2 decorations for yurts at the same time. I embroider ornaments in different ways and separate them so that they are not tangled. Felt master Awes Siginayeva revived the ancient craft. She manually creates unique items from camel hair. Currently, the woman shares her knowledge with everyone. Her cutting and sewing courses are very popular in the region.
жалпы
30 women attended the sewing course in 1 month. They were able to prove themselves. The results are excellent. They wanted to learn the ancient techniques left to us by their ancestors. There are a lot of people who want to study the sewing courses. Two other masters, Akkumis Kospaeva and Kalikesh Jusipova, own the technique of creating Kazakh yurts. Training is carried out at home. In general, they plan to open a center of artisans in order to preserve and increase the presence of the ancient art in the region. Experts said that it will help attract tourists. Silver jewelry is a special symbol for nomads. It is evidenced by the findings of archaeologists as well as the traditions of jewelry art of Central Asian countries and Kazakhstan. Ancient craftspeople liked to use silver because the metal is flexible, have a good coloring, and can be preserved well. Moreover, silver is considered as the symbol of wealth and purity. Nomads believed that the white metal has healing properties. For Kazakhs, jewelry is not only for decorations, but it is also an omen. Each metal is made for a purpose purpose, and some designs or styles are associated with a special significance. For example, a signet ring with the shape of a bird's beak is the symbol of happiness. Two-finger piling ring symbolizes unity between two families. Bracelets are believed to protect its wearer from evil influences, apart from a decoration. For example, this breastplate is called onir jiyik. It is a wedding decoration. After the wedding, the bride could wear it only on special occasions. The decoration could have 3, 5, and even 10 plates, depending on the wealth of the family. It was supposed to protect a woman's womb and breasts from evil influences.